I'm Ryan Campo. You're watching KLST Local News First.
Good afternoon and welcome to Concho Valley Live. I'm your host, Sarah Boyette, and for Sonora Scott. We have entertainment news and more. Don't go anywhere. Concho Valley Live starts right now. All right, guys, we have a character with us today. We have Dr. Pamela Lee with us today. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm great.
We're doing great.
We've been having a good time.
Yes, ma'am. So what are we talking about today?
Well, we're talking about a concert that I'm doing with a bunch of my friends and former students on September 10th.
September 10th,
It's a
that's
Sunday.
coming up really
gosh,
soon.
It's real close. But Sunday, September 10th, 4 p.m. at the Cactus. It's free.
Yeah.
And we're calling it a musical concoction.
I love
Those
that.
people who have come to my concerts will kind of giggle a little bit.
Yeah.
There's a lot of variety. You know, a concoction is kind of a mixture of things.
Yeah, yeah.
It's kind of like my cooking, probably. But, sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. This one's going to work, and I think everybody will really enjoy it.
It sounds like a lot of fun. What kind of music are we going to hear?
You know, you're going to hear a couple of madrigals.
Okay.
And one's very whimsical, one's from the Renaissance. It's funny.
Yeah.
One's contemporary. It's also funny, and the text is taken from Alice in Wonderland.
Ooh.
And then we're doing some jazz, a couple of jazz tunes.
Okay.
They're older jazz tunes. One's from the 1930s, and it was featured in a 1950s film called Picnic.
Okay.
And it was by a very famous playwright named William Ing, and he wrote Splendor in the Grass and Bus Stop and Picnic. And this song is entitled Moonglow, and it's real kind sultry.
Yeah.
And we have a couple of our singers who will be dancing as well during Moonglow.
That's exciting.
It's
kind
a
of
romantic kind of a
kind
thing.
of contemporary.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
They will, kind of. It'll fit the. It'll be contemporary to that time.
Okay.
To the 50s, 60s. It's very flowy and lots of swaying.
Is it partner or are they?
Partner. They are partners. They come together at the end and kiss and do all that good,
All the romantic
dreamy
stuff.
you know. And the other jazz thing that we are. What is the other thing we're doing? Let me look here real quick. The other jazz thing. Oh yeah. Well, we're doing some a samba piece, sort of a. It's called So Nice.
Okay.
And it's very. It sounds like The Girl from Ipanema. It's very beach-like music, walking.
Kind of.
Again, laid back, fun in the sand and the sun. Maybe not too much fun in the sand, but anyway. And then we're going to do a couple of rock pop songs that were popular. I don't know. You may not know much music from the 80s. You're a baby, but for me, it's contemporary. It's upbeat. One is called. And So It Goes. It's very quiet, but then Carly Simon's Let the River Run. She wrote it as a hymn to New York, and it was featured in an 80s movie called Working Girl. And so people will recognize most of the music that's on this concert, I think. We're also doing this really strange, it's very interesting version of Paul Simon's Mother and Child Reunion. There's a very famous group called New York Voices. If y'all go and listen to New York Voices, don't expect to hear the very same thing. I think all of us will have it ready by then, but it's a complicated arrangement, and we're going to feature our percussionist on the solo, the vocal solo, and he's not a singer in the group. His wife is. Yeah. But he and his wife are both teachers in San Angelo schools, and she's one of the choir directors at Central. And her name is Sunday Vaught. And her husband Matt. They're the ones that are going to dance during Moonglow. So exciting. And then Matt's going to come back. I don't even think Sunday knows this yet, and do the solo for Mother and Child, and we're going to do all the hard harmonies that clash, and
so there's going to be all kinds of different, and it's men and women as well in this choir.
Yeah, there's 8 of us. There's 8 singers, 4 women, 4 men.
Oh, perfect.
And then Matt gives that little extra, and he is so cute.
So cute. Hey, if you guys want to see
little
him,
eye candy never hurts.
Hey, never
right?
hurts anybody.
No.
So you want to get there on Sunday? What time?
Sunday it starts at 4.
Okay.
I'd get there a little early, just so you can
Get spot.
Get a spot. We're in the lobby like we usually are. When I did a lot of concerts at the Cactus. Lee Pfluger, who owns that building, is such a generous man, and he's been very kind to ASU and was very kind to me in the choir, and he's letting us use that. He has to charge to keep all the insurance and bills and all that up, but he's doing that. He's done that for me for a favor for a long time.
That's awesome.
So he's a lovely person, lovely man, does a lot for this city.
That's perfect. But guys, get out there Sunday, the Cactus
September
Hotel.
10.
You guys
Not
heard
this
her.
Sunday, but a week
Next
from
Sunday.
now.
Perfect.
At
All right.
4 o'clock.
All right. Thank you so much for sitting down with me.
Thanks for letting me come.
Yeah, hey. We got entertainment news and more coming right up, guys.
For full interviews and much more, go to ConchoValleyHomepage.com.
Hi, I'm Ronnie Walcott,
And I'm Holly Green.
and here at Aladdin's Flooring, we've been bringing you the latest in flooring styles for over 50 years.
Our luxury vinyl tile creates floors that are designed to look like hardwood, stone, tile, and even marble. It's kid-proof, waterproof, pet-proof, and scratch-resistant. With hundreds of colors and styles to choose from, you're sure to find the right look for your project. Great prices, great service.
Great people at Aladdin's Flooring, 1114 West Boulevard, San Angelo.
For over 50 years, the Schleicher County Nursing Home has provided quality care with a hometown feel. Our home-like facility is filled with private rooms to accommodate your loved ones. Plus, our dietary department provides delicious and nutritious meals based on our residents' needs. You can also count on our 24-hour nursing care with a swing bed program through the connecting Schleicher County Medical Center next door. Just a short drive down Highway 277 South to El Dorado. We are Schleicher County Nursing Home.
Hepatitis C? Don't just treat it. Crush it with Maverick.
Conquer it with Maverick.
Cure it with Maverick. Maverick cures all types of Hep C.
In only 8 weeks.
The virus multiplies daily and can damage the liver over time. Maverick stops Hep C and cures it. If you've had hepatitis B, it may flare up and cause serious liver problems during and after treatment. Tell your doctor if you've had Hep B, a liver or kidney transplant, other liver problems, HIV, other medical conditions, and all your medicines. Do not take Maverick with atazanavir or rifampin. Report right away yellow skin, stomach pain or swelling, confusion and bleeding or bruising.
Hep C? Crush it with Maverick.
Conquer it.
Cure it in only 8 weeks. See Hep C gone with Maverick.
Ask your doctor about Maverick. AbbVie could help you save.
Welcome back, Concho Valley. Right now, we're going to take a look at a school that went all in when it comes to technology in the classroom.
At Patrick Elementary, about an hour outside Atlanta, these first graders are programming Legos.
Today we're going to look at this AI thinking skill, creative problem solving.
More than just blocks, they're building familiarity with technology.
So you're building a sequence of things you want it to do?
Yeah.
Part of a pilot public school program trying to prepare students for the challenges and opportunities that come along with the rise of AI.
Do you know what AI stands for?
Yeah.
What does it stand for?
It stands for robotics.
Close enough. It stands for artificial
Intelligence. Oh my God.
They may not know what it stands for, but they already know how to use it.
You just need to press this.
Okay. Oh, wow. During our visit, 6-year-old Olivia went beyond the lesson and figured out how to program the sensor to respond to different colors.
Do you like coding?
Yeah.
What do you like about it?
I like that we could build stuff and we can, like, do stuff that we haven't done before.
It's something Gwinnett County schools hadn't done before either. About 5 years ago, school administrators decided to use some of their regular annual funding to develop an AI-driven syllabus. First at a new high school, then expanding to a middle and 3 elementary schools.
Is this a gimmick? Why is there AI in these schools?
You know, AI is such a popular buzzword right now, but we've actually been doing this for a couple of years.
Sally Holloway is the director of AI and computer science for the district.
For us, it's thinking about what do our kids need to know and do to be ready for their futures. And we're not like always messing with a robot, but what we are doing is teaching them how to think and solve problems with these tools.
Sometimes, however, they are messing with robots.
Some people code it, people help design, come up with ideas. We all just work together as a team.
At Seckinger High, social studies teacher Scott Gaffney is incorporating the technology in less obvious ways.
Can AI help us develop a solution?
Students asked ChatGPT to analyze years of traffic data, then use the findings to help come up with solutions for safer roads.
How would you have done that lesson differently 5-10 years ago without this technology?
That would have taken probably about 4 or 5 days. The way that these kids think, they process information so fast. So if we can give them something challenging, real time, they are very engaged with it.
And by all estimates, machine learning is something these kids will have to continue to engage with once they enter the workforce. One study estimates 10% of the jobs created by the year 2030 will be in previously unknown fields, and most will see at least some level of automation.
Were you influenced by AI?
Down the hall in art class, students were asked to draw a sketch, then enter a description of it into an AI image generator.
Overall, it didn't really help with what I wanted or what I was looking for.
Debating if these computer-created works inspired them to change their original design.
Using AI sometimes helps me. Sometimes it's chaos. Other times I actually post a couple things that I can use, like certain angles of the head.
But when it came to the question of artistic integrity,
do you think AI art is real art? Nobody?
AI is like, it's just taking everyone's work and just collaging it together, so it's technically not original.
It's an ongoing debate as the line between AI-assisted learning and outright outsourcing is still being defined.
Is there a concern that as these kids become much more familiar with these products that they could use it for cheating?
So when I was in high school, there was this thing that came out that everyone was really upset about called Google. And they thought that that was just going to really ruin education, and it hasn't.
But administrators here acknowledge there's a lot they, and all of us really, still don't know about the technology.
Almost every teacher today talk about the ethics of whatever they were doing with the AI.
We like to say that we lead with ethical conversations about AI. Just because we can maybe doesn't mean that we should.
Helping students identify, analyze, and utilize artificial intelligence while still growing their own.
I think that really opens the door to kind of let them choose the problems that they want to explore, and hopefully lays a foundation for where they're heading and the things they're going to encounter in the real world.
Christina Ruffini, CBS News.
Your business is important. That's why we're proud to recognize KLST small business leaders. GA Auto Glass of San Angelo are the professionals you need when it comes to honest, dependable glass and auto glass service. Concho Valley Door at 610 Art Street is the leader in garage doors, 658-4146. Servicing San Angelo and the surrounding community since 1995, Texas Best is your #1 choice for water damage repair.
Tonight on News Nation, 2 missing women in the same Colorado resort town. The mother of one talks to Banfield with the latest on the search. Plus, the Suffolk County Sheriff joins Ashley as the department builds its case against the accused Gilgo Beach serial killer. Tonight on Banfield.
Time to try some Golden Chick. These are our famous Wicked Wings. 6 wings in a roll for just $6.99. Or make it a combo for $8.99.
Okay. Got to be good for my money. Perfect.
I don't actually love wings, but these are really good.
It's nice and juicy. How's the spice for you? I like that. Yeah. Now you can get the heat and do something sweet because mini funnel cakes are back. Add one for only $2.99 and 50 cents goes directly to your local schools. We've made some new fans.
Spread the word. We will.
With Fargo, the new virtual assistant from Wells Fargo, you can pick up the tab even when you forget your wallet.
I got this.
Fargo, send Kaz $145 to Zelle.
Smooth. Want faster, easier banking? You can with Wells Fargo. What else can Fargo do?
Oh, come on.
Fargo lets you do this.
Fargo, turn off my debit card. I found it. I found my card.
And also this.
Fargo, turn on my debit card.
Do you, Fargo? You can with Wells Fargo.
Think you know high school football? Take the Dr. Pepper High School Football Challenge today. Each week, head to ConchoValleyHomepage.com to take the challenge and for your chance to win a $20 gift card. The Dr. Pepper High School Football Challenge on ConchoValleyHomepage.com.
Now to Kentucky, where there's a delivery service that never leaves the airport.
Excuse
Excuse me, may I move around? I have a package to deliver.
Meet Autobot, a fully autonomous robot that always travels but never flies out of